Hello folks, it's been a while, 5 months to be precise. My mixer has been broken for quite a while and my video editor doesn't really fancy my laptop's internal mic. So now that I got around to purchasing a new one, I'm making a video. And this being the day, what better topic than the referendum on Scottish independence? As many of you may know, um, the referendum stated 55% of voters decided to stay in the United Kingdom, which as a democratic process means that's going to happen. So I have here some of the statistics. Let me just get them for you. The vote ended by 10.6% margin against ending the 307-year-old union. The actual statistics on votes are that there were around 3.6 million voters, which is around 85% of our 16-year-olds who live in Scotland. This referendum has been unique since it has one of the highest percentages of adult population voting among the history of democracy, which is astounding. Even though I'm personally dissatisfied with the resolution, but I'll get back to that later on in this video. There were 2 million no votes and 1.6 million yes votes. Now, Scotland's first Minister, Alex Salmond, has commended all of those who voted yes for the dream of Scottish independence, but has also stated that this referendum is a victory for democracy, even though the independence has not been achieved. I think he's a smart guy not to tempt Cameron's hand more than he has to. He has pushed all of Scots, all the members of SNP have been pushing for this particular referendum quite hard since 1970s, and they got it, and they couldn't make the people see it their way. They have solid support. I have no doubt that this referendum will increase their support. Ultimately, this result is probably better for the decising parties. I'm not sure if it's better for the people. Alex Salmond and David Cameron, the British Prime Minister, are the winners of this election, referendum, whatever. It's basically an election since Alex Salmond has gained astounding amounts of favour among the citizens of Scotland, and basically means that he'll probably be elected for another term as First Minister of Scotland. Now then, another point why this is historical is that it's, if I'm not completely wrong here, it's the first election or referendum in Britain where 16-year-olds could vote, which I consider magnificent. In my country, we have in parish elections, the church election, 16-year-olds can vote, but in national elections, local elections, you have to be 18 to vote. So that is one point why I think this is good. Let's say you are 16-year-old, cannot vote, you are starting to get interested in voting, but the 2-year period during which you cannot cast a vote will dampen your spirit and cause you to lose interest. This is why in so many countries the voting percentage is so low. The age required to have a vote in an election, a referendum, a ballot, whatever political thingy, it's too high. I say 16 is the perfect age. You are not, well, you are still quite young, but you are not quite as naive as you have been when you were 14 or 13. And you have seen some harsh realities of life, like, well, high school. Definitely high school. Junior high school, whatever. And it has opened your mind, and science has proved that with sorry, I got lost in thought. Science has proven that after the age of 15, humans start to gain ability to form abstract thoughts. So people who are too young to think abstractly cannot participate in political process, in my opinion. But when you have that ability and you have had time to work on it for a while, which is around the age of 16, you should be allowed to take part in political process. That's my opinion. You can let me know your opinion on that one, as well as your opinions on the referendum. Why I said this is victory for Alex Salmond and David Cameron, and why I said I am not content with this referendum's outcome. Well, I have nothing against Alex Salmond. I think SNP is a wonderful political party, and Alex Salmond is currently the man who should be leading it, and he is, and he's doing a terrific job there. So I think he deserves his glory for this referendum and his democratic victory, even though he didn't win independence, but he won promises from the English Parliament. Promises of further autonomy And since historically freedom has been everything to Scots for as long as there has been a Scotland. Sorry, I'm pronouncing some words in Scottish, but I think it's appropriate in the light of the topic of this video. Anyway, David Cameron, on the other hand, he is a vile bastard who has no right to be in politics. Actually, he should be pushed out of politics as soon as possible. Those who are not familiar of his works, he's the force trying to keep Britain in the European Union, trying to integrate it into European Union, trying to lessen its independence, trying to destroy its self-esteem. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is a proud nation, a proud realm of 4 proud nations, and David Cameron wants to tear it to pieces and sell Britain to European Union and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So basically to France and America. Nothing odd there, because he's a cheap bastard. Also, what else he's been trying to accomplish is, well, repressing sexual freedoms. I'm not quite sure if he got that through, but around 10 months ago, when I made my first and only David Cameron related video ever, the topic was he was trying to ban bondage sex, not in porn, but in people's private homes. Okay, I don't ban that way, but David Cameron demands no one does. And I believe in people's privacy and sexual freedom to do as they please. So that's the first thing that woke me to realize how evil son of a bitch this Cameron guy really is. So he had threatened to kill himself if Scotland gained independence. Okay, fine by me. Goodbye. But apparently Scots didn't take that as good enough an excuse to get independence. But the worst part is, if Scotland had gained independence, kept his word or not, David Cameron's political career would be over already today. He would be always remembered as the Prime Minister who lost Scotland. Well, I hope Scotland doesn't lose Scotland and Britain doesn't lose Britain, all because we let this vile, maleficent, heartless son of a whore continue playing at being a Prime Minister of Great Britain, when all he really is puppet of United States of America.